She appreciated nothing. Nothing.
What do you mean, Jenny?
Nothing.
I'll tell you what, Jenny. I don't
She
care.
hated India.
I don't care what you think of
What do
me,
you mean?
Jenny.
You hated it. Broke my heart. Broke my heart.
You called
terrible.
me.
You're terrible. You're terrible to India. You don't even care. And if I was an ambassador to India, but I'm not, I would let you back in. Don't come back. Don't come back, you.
You're a.
Listen here, bitch.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's love. This is reality gaze. This is reality gaze.
This is. And this is Toe, more importantly. This is
Toe.
motherfucking Toe. This is
Toe.
the first part of the Toe tell-all, and they brought it.
3-part tell-all, I'm calling it now.
It is going to be a 3-part tell-all.
Oh, it is already. Oh,
Yeah.
This was 42 minutes
It
of
was fantastic.
fantastic television.
Sensational, sensationalized, yes. I don't care. Especially when they brought in the 4 angry jurors.
Yes, yes. Is that what we're calling them?
Yeah, or the veterans, as
The
they
veterans.
said.
We need a good name for them, like the
The rabble.
like the Matt Sharp Justice League. I don't know. I don't like any of these, but it's just something.
This is such a dumb. I think they didn't trust their source material here. I think their source material would have given them plenty.
Plenty. It's I like it, but I'm telling you, they're with Last Resort and that doing so well, it changed things.
You know what? I think they thought it would be like their tell-all was for before the 90. Remember when no one wanted to say anything?
Oh,
And
boy.
I don't think they thought Shekinah would come with as many opinions as she had.
Y'all, I agree with everything she said about
I did too.
everyone.
I did too.
It made me like. I never disliked her, but it made me actually go like, oh, I like you.
I don't like her. I think she's got a lot of issues.
Well, that comes.
But I think she makes great television. It is amazing how plastic she appears on camera. In that lighting.
Yeah.
Like the way she did her makeup, everything about it. The dress even was
the
very
dress with the ties on the side. It looked like a dress you would wear.
Yeah, because if I was a woman, I would look like a Bratz doll.
Oh,
I would
100%.
dress like a fucking Bratz doll. Makeup, hair, all Bratz inspired.
Yeah.
I would look like the biggest slut you've ever seen.
You would.
Especially if I was really, really proud of my body.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'd be. But I thought she agreed with everything she said, and a lot of times she wasn't even like attacking people's character. She was coming back with them with the facts or with their actions that was hard to dispute.
I think there's a low key way she has about saying things, and she says things so unemotionally that we have to take them as fact.
Yes,
because she has absolutely no emotion in her voice because she's so kind of cut off from all that.
It was good.
I think going back to the 4 veterans of the Justice League or whatever.
We're gonna think of a good name for them. This is gonna keep happening.
If you didn't watch, I highly encourage you to. but it was Tim of Veronica, and Andre, which I think was weird.
He didn't say much this episode.
Tania.
I thought we said we were going to call her Tanya because she got such a good at it in the single life.
That feels weird in my mouth. Tanya.
Because we realized we kind of liked her.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Why does she still look like shit, though, when she dresses? That awful red thing.
This is why Mary Payne interviews fucking Chantel. She's interviewing Olivia Plath this week.
I don't care.
This is why we can't get
Mary
in.
Payne's Olivia
Plath.
Wow.
I know.
Can we be on the line? Can we be
ask
there?
if I could submit questions.
I would love to.
I'm talking about this, y'all. I talked to Mary Payne. I subbed on her show for her 90 Day this week. So you can, it airs on Tuesday.
Why can't we
Listen
get
to that.
interviews? I don't think we ever try.
Gary, can you roll that footage of Jake saying he would drive someone off a cliff and watch them burn alive? Thank you.
I haven't said. Wait, I take that back. I have said some shit about Olivia. But I've been very kind the last 3 episodes.
You haven't said, no, with Olivia, you haven't said anything that terrible. But we don't get interviews because you talk shit about everyone.
You know what? I'm not going to. I got to be me.
That's fine.
I got to be me.
I would rather talk to you than most of them, honestly.
Thank you. I'd rather. No, I really wouldn't want to talk to you. But I don't want to talk to them or to you. But that's just me being me.
You want to talk to me or Paul?
I kind of want to talk to Paul.
Yeah,
The Paul. Paul?
Karini's apparently at a UPS.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Good for her. Wish her the best.
Y'all, December 17th, it's coming. Round the bend.
Holiday Spectacular.
Yes. And then we're doing our Watch
You've
What Crappens.
confused me. No, please don't call that anything else.
No, it's Watch What Crappens Holiday Extravaganza.
This is dumb to even equate the two. Please, just... I work so hard just trying to get the branding right.
I know.
And you destroy it,
No,
like
it's
knocking over
two different
Jenga.
words. Spectacular Extravaganza.
By the way, thank you to so many people who reached out to me talking about Jenga. Cara Berry and I talked about how Jenga stresses me the fuck out.
It's not fun stress.
It's not fun stress.
That makes sense.
And
you don't like balloons.
And
surprises.
I had so many people. And someone's like, thank you for saying that about Jenga. It stresses me the fuck out too. I can't even be around it when it's being played.
I bet, especially being HSP, like the sound of it and all that.
It's that
Yeah.
and watching the non-stability of it and watching people slowly pull out things and watching it go back and forth.
I
had so much response to it.
No, I bet. I bet it's like a 50. I enjoy it, but I can see how that would stress someone out.
No. Didn't like it.
Well, good. I'm glad you got a little support.
Anyway.
So, yes, y'all, our live is going to be for people on the what's that tier called again?
Smorgasbord.
Yeah, it is. Okay, the whole Smorgasbord tier, the $15 video tier. We'll see it live with us on the 17th of December at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And it's an hour long, y'all. But
tell all. Or not tell all. Our holiday
spectacular. Yes. But on the 22nd, it will go out for the rest of the people on RG Plus.
On RG
Plus only will be able to watch it.
There will be costumes. There will be some singing, some carol singing. There may be a little dancing, and of course,
good. I'm a good dancer.
My not to see the costume I put you in, and of course my yearly reading of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
No new verses. You promised that last year because I told you it's a classic and it needs to not be touched.
I've taken your notes, and I'm going to tinker. It's all a journey that we're on.
We're excited.
Where's Timey?
I think I don't really know if it's Smothered's coming.
Our crossover, Smothered's coming the 12th on the RG Plus $5 tier. Mm-hmm.
No, $8. Smothers an $8 show.
You're right. It's cringe.
Cringe tier.
It's cringe tier.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you.
And then our crappins, that'll be happening on the break while we're on vacation or while I'm on vacation and while Poodle's visiting his mother.
No,
They're
actually,
very different things.
I'm going home from the 18th to the 25th, so my vacation will be actually my vacation.
Oh, like so you're flying back on Christmas Day?
Yes.
Boy, your mom let you do that?
I reasoned with her through economics because I said it was too expensive to fly back. She did not like it I was flying back, but I said I'm flying back in the evening.
Ah.
Because
I love flying back on the 25th.
It's the best.
It's the best. The flight attendants are half soused with you.
Yeah, and everyone else you can tell is either going home for Christmas
Yeah.
or everyone else has this look on their face like, oh, thank God I survived.
Either I got out or I'm so exhausted from
Yeah.
working in retail, I'm just now flying home for Christmas. I just want to not talk to people for 20 years.
That's my favorite kind of traveler.
Which, by the way, shout out to our retail sissies right now working in the holiday shuffle.
We feel you.
You feel we've been there. It's a lot, and
Oh God, I've been there.
oh boy! And when that person just yelling, put us in your ear and say, "Fuck you! I got my queens." No, don't do that. You'll lose. your
Maybe
job.
not say fuck you.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway,
Listen to us on your break.
yes.
Y'all, speaking of our break, we are not going away from you. We will have content. We are doing our annual, as you said, your extravaganza, which I hate, but that's all I can think of now. Our Crappens crossover with Ben and Ronnie from Watch What Crappens. This is our 4th year doing it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's great. We drink coffee when we start on the first show, and by the 3rd or 4th show, we're just full into vodka cranberries.
Yeah, it's true. We what was the first one? Was the first one Holiday? God, that was such an awful
with Queen
film.
Latifah. No, with Holiday.
That was Emma Roberts.
Oh, that kind of was my favorite one.
Oh, you
When
know
she was
what?
looking at the perfect date?
Because that was almost like a real movie.
It was like a real movie.
It's the problem for me was that it was so bad.
But it looked good. Whereas a lot of these films we watch now look like they were filmed on an iPhone from 5
Yeah,
years
like
ago.
Ree Drummond one,
Yeah, yes. We did the Ree Drummond,
and then the Lindsay Lohan one last year.
which we all kind of enjoyed.
That movie I enjoyed a lot more than I thought. And Lindsay said, I'm going to put a lot of my physical comedy bits in here.
And she did. Anyway, it's a wonderful tradition. I'm excited.
But this year, y'all, it is Ladies of the 80s, A Diva's Christmas on Lifetime. These are the ways you can watch it, which I'm going to have to say this 100,000 times before those, but I'll say this again. It is on Lifetime. It's available on Lifetime's site. You can stream it for free on their site, but you have to watch commercials. Or you can get whatever Lifetime streaming service
refill
you
your
want.
drink.
Yeah. You can get Lifetime streaming service. You, of course, can rent it on Amazon if you want to pay money for it.
oh, okay.
Or you can there's some apps like Philo and Friendly, spelled FRNDLY, that have 7-day free trials. So if you want to watch it a couple days before Christmas, can't just set an alarm so you can cancel your Philo or your Friendly or your Toot Toot or your
Do you have
bumpers.
so many alarms that just come up on your phone that say, cancel this
Yes.
subscription, cancel this
Yes.
subscription,
It's the only way I'll remember.
cancel Diego's OnlyFans, cancel, I don't know, Rustifer's OnlyFans.
Cancel the wedding. Cancel the wedding that
Cancel your affidavit.
canceled my affidavit. Yes.
Anyway,
We're very excited I haven't watched this movie.
I haven't yet
We're
either.
recording it tomorrow.
no, I'll watch it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, probably tonight. I want to watch it tonight. I think later tonight. After
I think
dinner.
I will watch it with a beverage.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. But we're very excited about that. It's always a fun time of year to hang out with Ben and Ronnie.
Yep.
They crack us up. So
And
we're
then
very
you
excited.
can not feel alone at the holidays.
Talking about me?
No, I don't care about you. I mean, I do, but the
Everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a good time. So we'll
you have a rental car, so I know you're fine over the holidays.
Yeah. We'll also be doing we as we've done before, some AMA,
Yeah.
ask or AM gay. What do we call it? Gay AMA?
Gay. I don't know. One of those last two. What would you like to call it?
We do we'll be asking people on our RG Plus what
Gay MA.
Gay AMA.
Gay MA. There we go.
So questions for us, stuff like that.
Are they going to offer new questions, or are we
We've
just
got
going to
some
go off
older
the
ones.
list that we have from the older
Got a
ones?
lot of questions.
We have a lot of questions.
I think we should do some. I'm sure some of them will be the same questions we've gotten in the past, like how did you meet? That's on the previous gay AMAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Poodle's daddy's name?
That I'll never tell. Roderick.
Well, we could maybe we'll do a Google Doc for the Patreon for the RG Plus members on where they can submit more questions if we want. I don't know.
No, we'll do that. We've done it every year.
We'll do that. Oh, okay. So then so anybody on RG Plus will send you like a Google Doc form.
You're acting like
No, we
I've
didn't
never
tell them
done
that.
this before.
No, we didn't tell them that.
I know.
We haven't announced. I'm saying they're going to be able to ask
But
questions.
we've done it every year, and that's the way we'll do it this year.
Well, we know we did one. I think we did a midsummer gay MA, and that's the one we just used the questions that they submitted 4 months ago.
Oh.
That's what I'm thinking of.
A midsummer gay
A
AMA.
midsummer gay MA over the 4th
A
of July.
midsummer gay AMA's dream.
But you're right. Every Christmas. So you.
Bottom. Flute.
I'm.
Hermia.
So if you're on RG Plus, we'll send that in a post, whether it's Supercast or Patreon, and you can submit questions. Apple subscriptions, you're on your own.
We don't, because you know what? We don't know who you are.
We're not fucking Tim Cook yet.
We don't know your business.
We don't know you lot, bitch.
I don't know your life. You're just sitting here lurking.
Lurking.
And that's fine. Lurk away.
Anything else? I think that's it.
No.
Yeah. I want to talk about this tell-all.
Me too.
Oh, I was like, we've only talked 7 minutes. We talked 10 minutes
Yeah.
before.
Remember, y'all, Julio and Kirsten were on this season.
When he came out of the car, I went, who?
I know, but no, it was a thing a couple weeks ago when I said, y'all remember, this is the same season of Julio and Kirsten. And people got up in arms.
They were like, no, it's not. That was the last one. No, it wasn't, y'all. It
No.
was this season.
I think he was so unpleasant to people, they just kind of blocked him out. And he even somehow makes himself even more unpleasant by trying to drag her dirty laundry out on.
Yeah.
He is gross.
Let's talk about it.
Boy, her face, yo, she does not want to be here.
She does not.
She's eating some bad shrimp, it looks like.
He arrives first, and he arrives first again. I'm not going to know who it is, and he says there's lies on social media. Whereas, and then he's wearing this brown. He looks nice. Kenny shows up. He looks great in green.
Yeah.
Kenny looks great. He says they have some big news, but I don't really care what other people say.
Holly shows up in pink earphones with lights on them. Her hair is lighter
And
thank
shorter.
God.
And her hair
shorter.
looks better.
She's got her lips done more.
And she's definitely taking an Adderall before she showed up to set.
And this dress is short.
Yeah, it's short.
Danielle shows up with receipts. I'm glad that she's now just wearing that like short ratty hair, and she's just owning it that she's got a clip-in ponytail.
Own it. I gotta say,
Finally.
Be like Madonna. When Madonna, you're like, wow.
But she said she was on social media saying it was real before
She was.
this.
Yeah. I did not. But speaking of last week's episode of Toe, I did not like the feelings that I was feeling about Danielle.
I mark my words, y'all. I guarantee you she is going to elicit sympathy from her because Johan is going to be incredibly awful on this tell-all.
Yes, and no one deserves what no one deserves that what he did to her.
No.
That's horrible.
she's going to be around to make our lives hell. So just make a sport of hating her like I do now.
Because she
It's
was awful
easier.
to him, but at the same time, she did love him and thought he loved her, which makes you go, you love someone and still treat him that way?
I don't know if she knows what love is.
For
Let
her-
me just say that.
I think we're both saying it because I
Yeah.
said she thought she loved it, but yes,
Yeah.
a different definition. Anyway,
I can see her DMing me
look,
right
y'all,
now.
Call us a bitch tonight.
I think she looked good.
I think she looked good.
The
We're gonna call
green
it.
dress looks good to
Yeah.
me. God,
Her
I can't
makeup
believe
looked
I'm
good. I
can't
liked
believe
it.
I'm saying nice things about her. Shekinah says she comes in defiant because she's like, no one's ready for what I'm gonna say. And then she said, I said hi to Danielle, but she didn't say hi back. So here we go. Already it's we're in Heather's.
And then, so she's Sharper's in Turkey.
I'm
She
not here
misses
to
him
make
so much.
friends, she says.
Not here to make friends. Shekinah is like, she says, Holly is a lot. She's like, I just want to tell her, girl, leave your shoes on and don't run away. And that made me laugh. I got to say, so far, oh man, I really enjoyed it. So
She also jumps on Julio.
Well, yeah. And Danielle.
And says, she's like, I think you treated Kirsten very harsh and cold. Y'all, this is a woman who has spent the last 10 years of her life trying to be on a reality show. She is enjoying this moment. She was on The Millionaire Matchmaker.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And this is her moment, and no one's going to spoil it.
Good for her. Kimberly shows up. She said, no one told me how much marriage sucks.
Y'all, by the way, if you thought it was a flash in the pan of just her calling it Jenny a see you next Tuesday, she is being absolutely wonderful on her YouTube channel. She is just doubling down.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, she's just horrible. Yeah.
She is. She's pretty.
Yeah, she's awful.
I hope they're still not married.
I don't know.
He deserves someone nicer to him than that.
Well,
Not that he was wonderful.
He did
pretty shitty to her.
completely deceive her.
No rug out over her eyes or whatever that is.
He pulled the rug out
The
from
wool
under her.
over her
He pulled the
eyes.
wool over her eyes. Yes.
The whole time.
But more than that, there is a level of, I feel like she walks around this world and treats everyone that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shekinah called it when Shekinah said, like, she said when she called her on her behavior. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll get into that.
Julio says,
I just want to say, Shekinah also says when Danielle shows up, she's like, I think she was very specific of what she wanted. She liked the way he looked, and she liked his big dick.
ding, ding, ding.
And I went, oh
You
my
just
God.
nailed her.
I
to the
love
wall.
Shekinah.
I don't know if I'd say I loved her, but what she's doing is expressing herself in quick sound bites, which is great for reality television.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Now you can talk Julio.
Sean shows up, La Vision in white. She doesn't have a lot to do these 42 minutes.
Because there's 20 people on stage.
Yeah. Brandary is there via satellite. He looks pudgy.
I could not watch that episode last week with them with all those bugs. Could not watch it.
I had a feeling you would be able to.
Oh, could not. It was terrible. They talk about
Did you watch them eat the cake with the bugs in it?
Yes.
And someone, who was it? Who I did tow with? I think Robin asked me if I would have eaten that cake, and I said 100% I would have.
You would have picked the bugs just off of the ice. Well,
It's
you don't
protein.
Yeah. Would he? Would Robin have ate that
I think
cake?
he would have eaten the cake. We talked about it. It looked decent.
They apparently love Taylor Swift because they named their baby Midnight.
Oh, I think it's more than that. I think it feels like a horse name. Like
it does. I think yes. Did Zorro ride Midnight?
or a goth girl.
Yeah.
I like it when he's like, it's a very unique name. And I was like,
It's not.
shh, shoo, stop.
No, it's not a name. It's actually
It's a stripper name.
I actually don't hate it. What's your name? Midnight.
What do you call? I think Mary Payne and I were talking about this.
If you're a guy, they could call you Knight.
What do you
kinda
call?
hot.
How do you shorten that? It's so literal.
Okay, imagine this. Okay, picture it. Okay? Close your eyes.
I'm not closing my eyes. Just say what you need to say.
You're 19. You're in college. You go to a party. You're in there. You're having drinks. You're hanging out. Pot's lingering in the air. And you end up meeting a jazzer. His name is Midnight, but everybody just calls him Night. Would you fuck him?
You already had me with Jazzer and the room smelled like pot. I didn't need to know his name.
But would that turn you on more? If there was two men and they both looked like Ryan Gosling, and one's name was Patrick and the other one was Midnight. Who are you gonna fuck?
Midnight is too literal.
Who are you gonna fuck? Midnight or Patrick?
Which one has the more choking potential?
They are exactly the same choking potential.
You know what? I think I'd have more of a problem. I think I would ask Midnight way too much about his parents' wishes. So I might choose Patrick.
Okay.
I don't think Midnight's not even edgy. It's a horse name.
It's for their daughter too, we should say, right? They had a girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hope she enjoys the pole.
exactly. It's a stripper name.
God. There's just no way to shorten it. You can't call her Mitty.
No, Mitty. That sounds terrible.
I know.
Mids.
There's not a way to shorten it. No. There's not a way. They just need to. They need to start over.
And then also, apparently, if it's anywhere close, if it's between 11, I just went because I was laughing.
did.
It was between 11 and 1 a.m. Someone's going to say, hey, what time is it midnight? No, it's 11:30. That's when I said, what time is it midnight? It's 11:25. It's just who's on fucking first her whole fucking life.
That's a Bob Hope joke, but thank you. Holly and Wayne are separated, basically. Or sorry, Danielle and Johan are still separated.
Yes.
Wayne,
Even Armando went, whoa.
y'all, Wayne looks shrunken. He looks not well.
He looks sad. He looks very depressed. Yeah. He and Holly she's been back for 4 months, and Wayne says it's been a bit strange.
Neverland.
Julio and Kirsten, she's like, I'm not really angry at him anymore. I'm over that.
He's like, I never wanted to be called Julio. And she's trying to kill him with her mind. She hates this man.
I will say, I do not like her outfit.
The dress doesn't do her favor. She's got a lovely body.
The blonde hair on camera, because they're using the bright lights, it washes her out.
Yeah, with the white.
Yeah.
I really liked her.
I do too,
on the
but
show.
It doesn't bring out her eyes or anything.
Yeah.
And also the bustier of it kind of fits weird.
Yeah. She says, I don't have any feelings for him. I have feelings of hate towards him. I have no feelings. No feelings.
We're almost to it, y'all.
But Shekinah and Sarper are great. This is the best relationship I've ever been in.
And Armando immediately says, so you slept with 2,500 people. Do you have some war marks on your dick, bud?
Whip it out.
And Kenny's like, oh my God. Armando.
She's like, I did ask him to get an STD. So he's like, do not talk about our relationship.
No, he says, no, don't talk about past relationships.
Oh, that's what it is.
Because she said, anytime I've been in a relationship, I asked for it.
No, there is only one relationship. One cock for the rest of life.
And then Sean says, when we have some very special guests, an intro, Hawaii 5-0 or some like type of, or Maverick. What's the one with Tom Hanks with the mustache when he was the cop in Hawaii? Not Tom Hanks.
What the fuck are you talking about? Tom Selleck?
Tom Selleck.
Magnum P.I.?
Magnum P.I., thank you.
Is that the music they played?
Yeah. They walk in. It's all in slow motion. Kalani looks good. Tim looks great. Andre looks fine.
I think they cast Kalani only on her eye expressions alone.
Yeah, and stuff when she finds out their teeth, she's like, yes.
Yes. Again, I think this is a hat on a hat. I think these people are willing to come for each other. I don't think they needed these four.
Like Jenny and Submit, we've been saying the entire season. We hope that we wish she could talk to Jenny.
Yeah.
So this is so specific. I think it would be like on 90 Day, like if they brought in like Chloe to talk about Nikki and Igor's relationship.
I wonder
the rest made no
wonder
sense.
what Tanya's going to have to say. Like what is their thing?
I don't know.
Because basically they said these people, these 90-day veterans have had some of the same problems. Like they talked about overbearing family. I'm sure that's going to be something with Andre.
Tim is dealing with someone who's just using him for television. Who else has that?
That's true. I think it's because Tim has a friendship with Kenny.
Well, and Tim's
They're going to talk about that.
Oh, that's true. They'll probably have I guarantee you, he'll be who kind of is quote critical of Kenny because you can't touch really Kenny and Armando.
No. Yeah, I don't know why Tanya / Tania is there.
I don't know.
She has she looked really good at one tell-all, and then she looked like chicken breast in a pair of pantyhose at one.
I thought she looked fine.
It's like
her skin looks good.
It's like an old Christmas sweater.
I mean,
she's in.
That's why I'm talking about her skin and her makeup, not her sweater. I'm trying to say something nice, Poodle, since I can't say very much at all.
Let's jump in with Kimberly and TJ. Let's just get into it, y'all.
She's still living in India. I don't think she is currently.
No,
but on this tell-all, she is.
Yeah. Why is it? Why? I guess they need to have the American over here to be
TV.
present. It's better TV, yeah.
And the American probably always wants to do it because they get a free trip
to New York.
home.
Yeah.
Free trip to see their family.
Mm-hmm.
Pay some parking toll tickets, Danielle.
Brandon can't go because Mary's holding a knife to his back.
Not because she has a new baby.
No.
Because she
won't let him go.
Yeah.
She's afraid he'll talk to another girl.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the thing about she says here is they kind of ask, was Kimberly not being appreciative of what TJ had done? We find out he'd taken out a 7-year loan. And what do you think of her affect?
Of $12,000.
Yeah. What do you think of her affect when she's like, you know what? I guess it's good I hear now.
I noticed her affect the whole time. And either she like took a gummy or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Or something. Or she saw the first part of the season and saw how hysterical she looked.
I have a third thing that's a trauma response. This is how she acts in a trauma response, where everything's fine. It's one of the trauma responses that she activates.
Well, when your mom tells you she doesn't really like being around you and doesn't love you, you kind of have to turn things off.
I think that's the tip of the iceberg.
I think so, too.
I think this reads like, we've said this before, this reads like Sharp Objects, that Gillian Flynn, that Amy Adams thing. There's some crazy shit going on.
I think so, too.
Then basically they say, I think Kimberly says, yeah, in his culture, he doesn't have to tell me about the money and debt still after we're married, but he still didn't tell her. And then
she kind of said, did you? She kind of asked, did you ask those questions? Yeah. And she said, no. But you don't do that.
And weirdly, all she can do is smile, that creepy smile, and there's just something not right.
No. Now, Jenny and Submit join work. Now, Jenny does kind of... yeah, namaste. Jenny does come in hot.
She says, where do I begin?
Yeah, she's like, where do I begin? She hated India. She was unappreciative and broke my heart. I mean, we kind of went through a lot of it at the beginning.
And then she says, I liked it when she's like, when she was saying, I hate India, it broke my heart. And this is where Kim goes, your opinion doesn't matter anything to me, Jenny.
Yeah. It's robotic.
Yeah. And
And that's kind of what starts with Jenny's like, well,
And she's like, well, darling, you can say it. Just like, just don't call me darling. Don't call me
like,
darling.
I'm fine, darling. And that is, she doesn't realize
You're an entitled spoiled brat.
that when Farmer John calls the chicken darling, that means there's a wolf nearby. So it's a trigger word for Jenny.
It's true. And then, y'all, when the see you next Tuesday is uttered, Armando's face is in halfway in gay gasp mode.
He does clutch pearls. Everyone
Kalani's face looks like a child that's got caught in the cookie jar. Even Sarper is like, that's a good word.
Yeah. Even Andre was a little bit like,
Fuck, I would never say that to a woman.
So everyone gasped, and she just
Come to India. Come to Jaipur.
She said, "Oh, come over, honey, darling."
And she's like,
you
you
my address.
you come to my Jaipur. Cash me outside. No,
Armando-
cluck me outside.
Pluck me outside.
Even
Cash me outside, bitch.
Armando says to her, "You're being disrespectful," and she says, "I am not." And Kenny tries to call her.
You
He's like,
kind of are.
he's like, "You are," and he also says, "That's your problem. You elevate it. You're the one that always goes." And of course, Jenny's like,
Yeah, disrespectful. I love India.
I liked it that Jenny's like, I had to work for everything I got and scrapped.
I had
Y'all,
a chicken claw.
remember,
Chicken scratch me.
Jenny was literally catfished by some hits.
"Yes, catfished and
Subjected to horrific things by his parents.
and his parents spoke enough English to shame her.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know what they're saying."
No.
And we show the clip of Kim screaming and said, "I asked you not to call me crazy." And they watch the clip, and she kind of says, "Anger management much?"
I will say, I'm not defending Kim here, but it felt like everyone was ganging up on her. But I don't know, how could you not? And the way her affect led you to, she enjoyed it.
Yeah, once someone calls someone the "see you next Tuesday" word,
It's
everyone should gang up on them.
Yeah, and I want to defend someone who I feel like everyone's piling on, but at the end of the day, I think later on in the break, there was just no humility. There was no response
Which is
to
what she kind of told her to do.
Yeah.
She's like, if you just have some humility, and I don't feel sorry for her because, again, what she kind of said about her, she behaved the entire episode in a way showing them who she was and was just getting consequences for her own actions.
She does say
It's chilly in here now.
she does say the titty baby comment, and she said, told him he needed to get off his mom's teat. I like it. She's like, can I say this? I'm like, well, you just called
weird.
called someone else the C word.
How you're being so, it's weird.
And then Shekinah's merciless, and she's like, but look how she talks to people. And I wouldn't, because she's talking about, she said sometimes TJ and her would fight and they wouldn't speak for 72 hours. And Shekinah's like, I wouldn't talk to her either.
Well, and she did say, she kind of said she puts herself in the situation and she's playing the victim. She does in some ways. I don't know. I think she plays the victim. I don't know if I fully agree that Kimberly knowingly put all of her, she did not know the situation of his family.
No.
So, but she never, ever apologizes for anything.
No.
You didn't lose your attitude. It's out of control. Ruffles my feather.
And she would go, her crazy, y'all, I don't think she's well. Like, and I say that not out of fake concern. Something's really off.
She has mental, I think she needs, I think she,
A tweak in her meds.
or if any meds.
Oh, she's got to be on something, honey. She's got to be on something. Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. All right.
Shekinah and Sarper,
The most
Perfect relationship in the world.
they deliver.
they do.
they had
Put
clips
them
of-
on happily ever. Well, they're
Oh.
still on. They're going to be. I think they're going to be on.
I
Several
think they're
going
gonna
to
have another season of Toe.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So, y'all, a clip of the weighing, the sucker, everything controversial that we saw, and of course, everyone says, and my favorite, the hands down clip for me with the sister. Well, you're acting like a slut on your phone. What are you calling me a slut for being on my phone, bitch? Whore. Oh, what's the word? What's the word you use that begin with C?
Trollop. It was so they go there and everybody, is what
They're
we,
horrified.
what we see how it looks, and Shekinah immediately says, "I see how
I
that
know what
looks."
it looks like, but it's not like he's an asshole. It makes it look like he's an asshole. And Sarper says,
Daniel,
the thing about Sarper, he says, well, I'm not really not weighing her right now because right now she's in quite good form, so I do not need to weigh her.
I do not see. So I'm a good person.
But I am a control freak, and she likes to be controlled. And the thing about this is, y'all, part of it, I believe him.
No, I believe 100% of it.
And y'all, it's easy to put this in a binary of an abusive relationship. I think this is their kink. I want to put this, and do I if my sister, I don't have a sister, but if my sister was involved with someone like this, I'd have problems with it for sure. Do I think that this woman came from a background where she didn't have any control over her life and it feels normal to have no control?
Yep.
Yes.
Danielle kind of called it when Danielle talked about. First of all, she had a good line when she said, "I would stick that lollipop up his ass."
Yeah.
But when she said, "This looks like two kind of acute, unhealthy patterns, and they found each other, and in a way, She basically saying they make it work for one another, and I agree with you. I was watching this, going, "Is this wrong? If it's all consensual kink?"
Yeah.
Is it wrong?
Right.
I mean, we don't know what extent he's control. I mean, do I think it's wrong to control how someone eats food?
Yes.
Yes, very. But if I was with someone, I don't know what's the difference of someone who's like in a relationship and like, you make your boyfriend wear one of those like penis cage things. Yeah. Sorry, you're going to get that on your phone now in your face.
Sorry.
By the way,
No Nut November, as they called it. That was a thing.
What?
A lot of men wore those penal cages, and they called it No Nut November.
What?
How did you not know about this? It was everywhere. No Nut November.
I don't think this was everywhere.
Okay, I will not be kink shamed.
I'm not kink shaming you. I'm just processing.
Maybe my area of the internet is different than yours.
So guys would just put
lock their penises in those cages
for a whole month,
and they would give like either their significant other or their kinkster a key.
So
it's not. Listen, look, it's not for me. I don't. No man will control
you want that
what
dick
I do.
Wild and free.
No man will control what I do with my penis. But I understand that's some people's kinks.
So I understand that too, and so I'm just still processing that.
No Nut November. Yeah.
So they just like would pee through a cage.
I guess you can pee through it. Have you never seen the penis cages?
No, I've never had my penis in a cage.
I
or
haven't
around a
either,
cage.
but I've seen
I've
them.
seen pictures, but I've never really explored that. Although I probably will now. I do have a bone to pick with you. The Facebook ads I'm getting now because of you are disgusting. I was scrolling and it was plastic nipple clamps, and then the next one was just a guy in a full-on pup mask. Not even like a costume, just a pup mask. And then the next
You're
one
welcome.
was a vibrating cock ring.
Oh, those are interesting.
So what I was going to say is, what is the difference of a cage and a penis, or a woman wearing like some chastity shit, or a guy and their other partner has the key. What is the difference? I'm genuinely asking.
Well,
between this and that.
there's a lack of education about some kink in culture, and everyone wants to immediately say this is abusive, this is control. I just think that there's this. I'm not here to even say that this is very safe for these people, but
Yeah, I
it
don't know.
seems like she's happy, and it's easy for all of us to sit in judgment of it.
Yeah. Now, is it not a great thing that she's completely shut off her entire family, not talking to him, including her mom?
That's not good.
That's a big, huge red flag.
Well, let me push on that. Let's say that there was something that is a red flag. Let's say parts of the family were doing something that was even more destructive.
But yeah, that's a good
If
point.
I had a sister like her,
Because her family was not a very, she wanted to get away from her family because it seemed like they were very
Yeah.
controlling as well.
yeah,
And we see from the video of her sister's not coming in this with kindness.
oh, what a pansy ass thing to do too is send a video so no one could actually.
And just a shady video. And the things that she said, like
I just want to say when
yeah.
the voicemails he left for, he's like, listen, he says it really nicely. He
did
says
we
it
play
really-
those before that? Her sister, the voicemails. Oh, we did.
Yes.
Oh, well, no, I don't know if you know this, but there was apparently more voicemails.
Oh.
They didn't have time for on the cutting room floor.
Oh,
talk to our friend Nicole.
I love being surprised.
over at 90
this way.
Day, and we've got
We
those
have
today.
some of the voicemails. Okay.
Yeah, here you go.
My darling, don't use that dark lipstick like you have. It makes you look like slut. You're my slut. Don't eat too many carbs either. Make sure when you wipe your mouth, you do it with small end of napkin. And sit cross-legged like little girl. Then be a good whore. That's the word, bitch.
Boop. We've got one more.
Okay.
Actually, because there was a couple of voicemails.
Yeah.
So let's just play this one. And for the record, I'm pretending to press a button. Boop.
My darling, when you are answering to Sean Robinson, can you please look at me and wink when you need to say something? And can you shake your beautiful orbs? Show them off. And then you may don't look at any of the other men, please. They're very not attractive. I'm the only one. And preferably, could you meet me in green room for dick time? Then you will suck dick. But you like it.
Boop. Anyway,
There you go.
there you go. Mm-hmm. So make your own choices. Make your own decisions,
Yeah.
people.
As she says, it's all good advice.
It's all good advice.
I think if I were her friend, I might have a lot of questions for her.
Does it feel obviously controlling and to us controlling and or not healthy? Yes.
Yeah.
But they're consenting into this, and it's not yeah.
I don't think anyone's getting physically hurt.
Yes, emotionally you still worry about,
Yeah.
but it's like you said.
I also think this man's an idiot.
Yeah, and Shekinah
And for her, I think this feels, and I'm going to say a really controversial word here. This feels safe to her.
no, yeah.
And I know that's really weird for people to
When
hear
you think
that.
of her past,
Yeah. This feels safe.
because a lot of the men she's dated are older and have a lot of autonomy.
Right.
That's scary to her.
And so it's really super easy to judge this, and I think everyone on stage was doing that. And I think it was brought up for that reason. But just sit back and just think about how it may benefit both of them.
Yeah.
And they're both on television, so yay.
I mean, when someone says, I look him as my leader and he's leading us, and you see Kalani just go.
She just no.
Fuck.
No.
And they say Sarpa said, we are perfect match. And they're kind of cut and there's just silence in the crowd and they're all just kind of sitting there stunned.
What question for you? When later on, when Kenny and the break, when Kenny's talking to Kimberly, says, "What you call Jenny? Do you regret that?" And she's like, "No." And then she says,
Said you should. It was really
"But
harsh.
what this thinks?" She said this, and it struck something in my head. She says, "That's part of the process. That's part of a process."
Yeah, I thought that was an odd statement to say too when she said that. And I went,
What does that mean?
I think it doesn't mean anything to her. I think it's just her doubling down and wanting to sound. I think Kimberly likes to sound more intelligent than she is.
That's true.
Yeah.
What I thought it might be is her saying it's part of my process to let my anger out. That's not how this works.
I don't think she's thought it through that much.
Okay. But
I can see why you think that, but I don't think she's that deep.
I was going to say that's not how. If your process works in hurting other people, your process isn't.
Your process sucks.
Your process sucks.
And it's abusive.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just thought it struck me, and I thought about it, and I thought, what could she mean by that?
I mean, it's very, like, the lack of responsibility and the doubling down is narcissism 101. It's very classic.
I don't ever want to see her again. She troubles me because I don't think she'll ever get help for the big issues she has.
No, she's gonna read a tarot deck.
Yes, that's what it is.
And interpret it, which y'all know I do tarot. I believe in all that. But something I believe in it is that you can't just pull cards and then interpret the meaning you want for them constantly in your life. That's what she does.
Moving on to someone even who we barely remember, Julio and Kirsten. They have not spoken. They showed that kind of final clip where he's kind of plays her like a fuckboy. And
He does.
And then Sarper, because of course Sarper thinks that all women are cheating whores. Sarper says, "Is there anything that we don't know about Kirsten?"
The producer told him to say
Oh,
that.
100%.
100%.
He can't come up with this.
No, he never would have. He never would have thought of that.
Did she cheat on you, Julio?
Did she? They had to do that like 5 times.
And y'all, and then Julio says, "This is what I hated about this. They're like turning the tables on this woman, or trying to, and even Kirsten says, or Julio says, Kirsten, is there anything you want to say? Because I'm being the big man, the brave man, the kind man from holding all of your secrets in." And she says, she's like, "Well, I was texting a good friend and you didn't like it," which I can totally believe.
Yes.
And anyway, so
Apparently they're dress shopping, and he saw photos
talking to
with
a
her phone,
and he's like, "You were calling each other mommy and poppy," and she's like, "He's my friend." Then he said she grabbed my phone, locked herself in the bathroom, and deleted a conversation that I'd recorded with the guy. And I went, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa,
yeah.
whoa! Where did you make the decision to record this conversation
So you recorded
that
a
I had with a
conversation
man that
from
she had with her man?"
phone?
Yes.
No, I mean, yeah, that's what, when I watched this, I went, you really want to defend that?
I was shocked that no one pushed back. I think maybe we'll get a little pushback. The other thing here is that this all happened when he was in the Netherlands. None of this is happening on the show. This is dirty laundry. that probably was handled before she came to the U.S.
Yeah. Like you said, that's what he wanted to keep it.
And he's bringing this. Now, she's like, we were having a fight at this time. And then he says, well, what about I recorded you when I asked you about it, this guy. So she recorded her then too. He filmed her. This is creepy fucking shit.
That's not. Yeah, that
Y'all, if someone would have said that to me, I would have been horrified that I've been recorded. Number one. There'd be no trust at all.
And you get recorded a lot.
That is willingly.
But it's different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I prefer it, actually.
You do.
When I'm being paid.
Just ask.
Yeah. I just need to have some consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As everyone,
consent for recording is everything, y'all.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It was gross, but we're going to hear it next week.
I hope she destroys him. I hate this guy.
He's pretty gross.
I just can't get over. They couldn't talk about anything related to their break. Is that my phone?
Vibrating,
okay.
I think.
Why can I hear it all the way over here?
I don't know. Oh, it's my brother. Here, you want to talk to him?
No, we're trying to do a fucking show.
Okay, sure. I'll call him later.
Yeah.
All right.
My thing was, he couldn't even talk about anything in their show. He had to go back to how he had to try to embarrass her on national television.
Yeah, he's gross.
God.
And it was riveting.
Join us next week at part two of the Toe Tell-All.
Like, this ended and I went, what? It's done? I wasn't ready.
I love a 42-minute tell-all.
I wasn't ready for it to be done. I would rather have a 42-minute 3-part tell-all than a 2-part hour-and-a-half tell-all.
Agree.
I don't know why, but
agree.
All right, everybody. That is your tell-all part 1 this week, so we'll have tell-all part 2 coming next week. Go to realitygaze.com. You know the drill. Again, give the gift of gay. Give the gift of gay this season.
On Supercast.
Supercast, you can give a subscription. I think you can do
to your
it yearly.
friends, family, your father. I bet your father would love listening to us.
Send it to Daddy. Send it to Daddy this holiday season. That's what. Well,
send it to Daddy.
That's what we try to do.
Mm-hmm. Daddy Claus.
Oh. Gosh. All right, everybody. So you can go to all that on our website.
Why is that on my schedule? It was role play.
We call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes, and if you've ever explained head spinning around exorcism pea soup as bumps in the road. First of all, you might need to talk to a therapist.
Better help.
And get on some better meds.
Yeah, and call us.
And call BetterHelp. And call us.